you guys know. Both?
He?
Yes.
Which one? We'll never...
That's the question.
Oh!
But you know what? I will tell you, one of them does lose on this next episode of PMRC, baby.
I was going to go Dragon
number
Ball. 2. Oh, okay. Never
yes,
mind then.
Sir. Yes, sir, indeed. Southern play path as we see teams hop on out the plane. First Aaron Gill of the day. Let's get started.
Yeah, I'm glad we just jumped on in because no one cares about Barney and the Teak.
Nobody.
So we want a good game as fast as possible.
You know what? I want to see the chat because you know the chat just says stop talk, start game.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And ultimately, everybody here knows, as well as over in chat land, I'm chaotic evil. So I absolutely don't. Get me in the game,
Let's
all right?
go.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's get it started. The game has begun. We're starting to see some squads hop on out. Ooh, it's good to see Gladiators take that Primorsk drop.
Ooh.
We saw them take it at the start of this tournament. It didn't really work out for them the way that they wanted, but with this kind of playing path, I don't think you have really much of a choice.
Yeah, it's interesting because Vision has kind of sometimes dipped in there. Now they've also bailed up towards kind of where they would normally go if they're going to be trying to find some vehicles. And actually the Circle's been kind to the playing path to get things rocking here. There is still the chance, though, of military with a Circle like this. So, scary times abound.
Oh, yeah.
If we do have that happen.
If we have a hard shift to military, you know, Gangsters and Road to Glory are going to be stoked, but everybody else is going to have a bad time. So let's see where it does end up going here in the next few minutes.
Well, that's a good point. Does Gangsters now rotate southwest so that they're outside the Circle so that they can come back in? What do you think?
Oh.
Ooh.
Could be a play. Could be a play. Could be the play to also guard the bridge just
blue
in
power.
case. You know, try to get some sight lines down in that range. So many different options if you're Gangsters, to be honest. I don't think going up to the top of Sosnovka and swimming to Main Island is the strat, though. That does not sound good.
Yeah. I'm just thinking to myself, could it be? It's blue Gangsters.
It's blue Gangsters.
They love it.
They love the blue zone. So regardless, I wouldn't be surprised if we do see that. Wow, a nice shot there from Gaze. But GK, after winning the last match, are going to have 2 knocked. It does look like the rest of their teammates are trying to help them out.
No.
Oh, no.
No.
Not like this.
That's one of those moments where you're like, I really hope I wasn't on camera. I really hope I wasn't on camera. Unfortunately, you were on camera. I'm so sorry.
Yes.
Oh.
And when you just hop out that vehicle just a little bit too quick. But it doesn't look like they're going to get punished for it. So they are going to get that res. And they're going to act like it's never happened. You know what I'm saying?
Just look away, pretend. Tapok coming in with the AK.
What, did you see why did he? I don't think he did. I think that smoke just bloomed in the perfect second for him.
He's shooting wildly through the grass. He sees a vehicle.
Tight peeks. And he's gone.
Putting some fear in them.
Just letting them know. You know what I'm saying? Hey, don't let me catch you slipping. Otherwise, de muerte.
He does that thing with the 2 fingers where he does the eyes.
Yes.
And he goes,
I see you.
I see you. I see you.
Yep. YDD getting res. So, Brute Force had a really rough time in the first Sandhawk of the day, so looking to bounce back. Starting off with 2 limbs, and lucky for them, they do keep everybody up. They are in 1 vehicle and very underlooted, so they're going to have to be very careful with these blind rotations.
Yeah, not great, not great. Meanwhile, Tapok's going to be picking on up teammates so they can get themselves going. But again, being 2 down early on. Is it 2 down? Where did I...
Yes, it's for GK. That's right, GK. But De Muerte, they're big chilling right now.
Yeah, sorry.
But they are kind of trash looting, so that's kind of tough. You know,
yeah.
You saw them only with a pump shotgun. Excuse me over here. All the way up near George Pull Crates. Hopefully we could see them get more loot here in the future.
Yeah, they actually got up here quite fast. So, yeah, they're going to have an easy time to be able to eventually get toward that circle. They were rapid. Whilst now Brute Force is rocking up alongside them in terms of just the rotation path. So, take a look at the replay.
Oh,
he was dancing.
Yeah, we're in the game. Game. Let's go all day. Hey. Hello.
Waving.
Goodbye.
Why was he doing all that?
I think
that's the big question.
I think it's because he maybe found a mini in that shack, so he's doing a little happy dance.
Oh, yeah, okay.
A happy dance.
Ah, he was waiting for his team to pick him up.
Ah, yes.
There was no point in exposing himself.
Played extra safe.
Yeah.
Smart play, to be honest with you, right? Hey, you know
Yeah.
what? You got you're nice and looted up. Just hang out in the shack, wait to get picked up. As Fireflux is going to be deciding to loot a little bit of Yasnaya. and they are the only team here, so they're going to have quite a bit of loot in the process.
It's actually my favorite thing about commentary, trying to solve puzzles,
Right.
right? You know, that's what a commentary is, right? As when we're analyzing the games, we're trying to put the pieces together, figure out what the reason is. I don't think I've ever had to solve why somebody's dancing in a shack before, but we figured it out.
We did. We did. You know what? We put our brains together, the years of PUBG Mobile experience combined to solve that mystery. Absolutely.
Like Scooby-Doo.
Hey, you know what? Sherlock Holmes would be proud.
They ripped the mask off him. It was soulless all along.
It was. I can't believe you. You got me. Well, let's see what gangsters decide to do, right? Because there's that puzzle. Do they go up, right, and decide to maybe, you know, gatekeep a bridge, or do they try to send it up that western bridge into Main Island?
You're on about gangsters here.
Yes.
I'm going to be honest. They're moving out of the circle. Do you remember?
Smart play. Smart play.
I wish we could show the map.
Yeah. It's a bold play. It's a bold play. Hopefully it works out for them.
They went south. They're going to end up in the blue. That's awesome.
I think that's where that's their safe place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They seem to thrive when they're in the blue zone. Next, oh, look at this.
Grows with an SLR. We don't see too many SLRs nowadays.
Don't see too many Slurpees. I mean, it's just it doesn't seem to have that same power that we see from the Mini. You know, that bullet speed is so solid. But heck, I know some players that try to make it a thing in PUBG Mobile, and hopefully we may see a resurgence of it in the future.
Maybe. That Mini, though, it's reigning supreme, eh? Yep. Like, it's looking good. A lot of people go for the M16, too. Sometimes that comes into play. But sometimes, you know, you just want something a bit more. I really want to see gangsters. They're actually in the blue now.
Oh, my goodness.
I can't believe they're actually in the blue.
They're going for a world record, I think, of most time in the blue of any team in the history of esports.
Maybe. We were, I think, what was it? Day 2, we were like, because they came in with like 15 minutes average time in the blue, and we were just begging for 20 minutes, me and Max. Yes. Begging. They're in the blue.
Maybe they're trying to make your wish happen here, because this is interesting. They have the entire Sosnovka military base island to themselves.
And they decided to go south.
And they went south into the blue. Very interesting. Next zone about to pop. Is it going to go all the way down to military base? Honestly,
please do.
I really want to see it. Please make it happen.
That would be so good.
Oh, it would be legendary.
Yep. I hope so. Ooh.
Oh, Rosa.
That was almost a nice shot.
Almost was indeed. Just trying to poke some little shots onto Punch King as we look at this plane soaring through the sky.
Lovely. You can see Multipower in the distance. And we have ourselves... Look, there they are. They're in the blue. You can see them down to the bottom. If anything, they've made a name for themselves. We're going to go to mainland here. Potato Hill, very much a focus point for this one, as well as that long road leading east of it. So we've seen a lot of battles along there across this tournament.
You know what? I think that was like a little ritual that gangsters were trying to do, to try to force the zone towards them. They're like, maybe if there's nobody inside the circle, it'll come down to us. But nope. Not working out. Pushes all the way up to farm. And Potato Hill pretty much dead center. Mad Bull seemed to be the squad to take that for now. Uh-oh, Kitsune getting caught in the process. Tixie trying to get off angle, gets a nice knock on Elementrix. And that vehicle is close to exploding. He has to pop out of it. He wanted to rotate up that hill and get another off angle. He's going to have to wait for Matic to do that for him, though.
You can't bleed out this early again here, Gladiators. Going to be charging up the nade, going for the throw here. Tixie still alive, still good to go. Not a bad nade if they weren't actually getting the pickup just a little bit further away from that buggy, as reinforcements are now coming in for Demuerte.
They do come in, and they do get the finish onto Kitsune. So here goes Tixie, getting his little rock climbing shoes up, and trying to find an off angle onto Demuerte. McHugh, all the way across the field. Quite in the open right now. That is a pretty good spot in this zone, because you do have that hill line and that ridge, but there is that plateau just above it. I'm surprised he's actually taking that position in particular.
Meku very far out, yeah. This is switch over to the DBS, realizing that maybe he's been fed the information that they're coming a little bit too close here, so was ready to pounce on them if they were to able to come over the hill. Matic and Tixie, though, take down aces together. Will they be able to do something? Lemetrix is actually driving around here to maybe get an off angle himself, but well, we'll see how this plays out.
It's looking like he's trying to get away from this right now, actually, because Demuerte is very, very hurt. They're going to lose one player, so Gladiators do even the score just a little bit. Tixie in the front line. Smoke blooming. Uh-oh, catches him with the nade in his hands. Gun switches, but it's out of ammo. Tixie trying to make some shenanigans happen with the DBS. It's not going to work, though. He goes down.
Especially when the lip of terrain is in front of you like that, trying to make those long-range DBS shots is really difficult. Elementrix, meanwhile, here, took a bit of damage against Meku. Try and find a little bit more pressure point here against him. Elementrix moves to the left. Meku moves to the right, but extra as he will go down. Gladiators.
Wow.
I have a sigh of disappointment. It's definitely not their tournament, and well, we saw that in their walk-in.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bad, but I think they're just having fun at this point. And this is something to think about too. And this is why I was saying why yesterday was so important. Final day, you're gonna have some teams that just know that, you know what, there ain't nothing we're gonna do. So they got nothing to lose here. I think Gladiators is one of those squads. So for those teams at the top, I would definitely keep my eye out for them.
Definitely. All right, let's see where we're going to be going here for this one. Ooh, quite the shift over towards the west. So again, a lot of the features that I was talking about before are still kind of in. Obviously, Potato Hill is, but the majority of that road still kind of is. We'll see a lot of teams try and transition along that road south of it, as we're now on board with Regnum Carrier, who are doing just that.
Regnum Carrier heading into the zone down this path. Now, there are a couple places they could take here, but I think they're looking for a much more central position near Snake. And let's see where they opt to play. Enigma Galaxy are already locked down here at this red. And it looks like Regnum Carrier are going to take the shack here.
Yeah, I think they wanted this compound, right?
Yeah.
Down in the bottom, but could really...
It's gone.
An initial scout out made sure that they realized it was occupied at present. And again, Enigma Galaxy, these two teams being so close to one another, in the leaderboards being as they are here, Hot Jukes, that's a bit scary.
100%. I guarantee you, if one of these players goes down and gets thirsted and they realize it's this other squad, I would not be surprised if they decide to push the action. But a third party comes in for vision. Bolt beating Enigma Galaxy. Now they are going to get both these finishes. Here's the thing, though. These eliminations, they're going to come on in the elimination feed. I wonder if Regnum Carrier is going to realize it's them.
Yep, they will know if they're able to keep track of things. And now, they heard all that go down. They know what's at stake here. DP in hand, looking at those windows at the top, using 2 levels of landscape in front of him as defensive cover whilst looking through those windows. It's a smart move.
100%, yeah, because they don't want to get just pushed up immediately. So I think just seeing the movement of Regnum Carrier, they definitely know this is Enigma Galaxy here.
Yeah.
So they want to take him out as fast as possible because they do not want them to catch him up on the leaderboards. Uh-oh. Ezel, that's the off angle. Gone. Over there by the Wizard Tower. That is tough. We're going to have to see one of the members from Regnum Carrier drive possibly to go pick him up. That's a risky play, though, and here he goes. He does go with the buggy. Almost gets shot up, but is able to make it safe in the meanwhile. Let's see what Enigma Galaxy decides to decide. I think that right now they're just opting to just chill.
Yeah. Now, the one thing that goes against Regnum Carrier here is that Nexus is coming in behind them. So, actually, no, they've turned around and are going the opposite way. They were slowly coming in behind them. You can see them in the distance there. But they've decided to abandon that plan for the moment.
Uh-oh, here come the gangsters all the way from the south side of Military Base, getting popped in the process. And we can see them just going through Pachinki, opting to take these trenches here.
Yeah.
And the only thing bad about that is that that's where you're going to stay for the rest of the match.
That is. And if anybody gets close up to you, it's kind of nade bait. You need to spread yourself out across those trenches. Here's Nexruya, who was causing Regnum Carrier a little bit of problems up the hill. And it's a big shift once again up towards Potato as well as that road. So it is a big focus point. As you can see, Potato, with shots coming in from Lord as well, trying to stop Vision from moving forward. But Potato currently has Fireflux on that left side, Mad Bulls on that right side. They can coexist on that mountain and actually find themselves in a very good, potentially winning position.
Absolutely, and I'll tell you what, a very big heads-up play from Enigma Galaxy to take this position knowing they're going to be near Regnum Carrier, because due to how lucky Regnum Carrier was yesterday with zones, might as well put yourself right next to him.
Just follow him.
Right? Put yourself close, because that seems to be the plan right now. This zone does go on in favor of these two squads. Regnum Carrier Ezel able to pick up 1 elimination for his team. Closing that gap, making that gap bigger and bigger as time goes on.
There's going to be some big crunch. Sorry, I had to interrupt you. There's going to be some big crunch down on this south side. You can already see teams here moving through. Falcons as well as GQ is trying to send it forwards, and there's a lot of other teams down there that will eventually have to move on against this. You can see Muerte trying to hold off Falcon's position because this fight needs to end soon, Hot Jukes.
Absolutely.
And get in the circle.
Only 2 minutes on the clock. I think Falcons realize that they're trying to completely avoid this fight altogether, or maybe not. You can see Teak making a little drive around there, maybe looking to try to get some information. Let's take a look at this replay. Lord, wow, through the window.
That was a great shot here, and maybe some great shots from RTG. No, not going to be able to connect with Falcons here as they made a big send on through.
Push it all the way to center, all the way to center. It worked at Sandhawk, do it again.
Yeah, I mean, it could. This is not exactly center, though. Going up against next Ruya.
Here they go, Axer against Doku Machine. Can he at least get one elimination for a squad? He does, so he's going to get that clutch with half an HP. Ooh. Last one up for his team. So this push not working like it did in Sandhawk.
No, and there's going to be other teams rocking up soon, so you need to finish this fast. Already you can see Muerte in the distance shooting this way, and RTG shooting this way as well. As I said, the crunch here is going to be severe. There was only one entry point.
Elementrix barely making it in there with that buggy. It's on fire. He's got the DPS, but Zwolf has one of his own. So next Ruya doing a great job of holding this down, but they do lose 2 in the process.
And it's still RTG taking their time about this, even though they've lost 1 member ahead of this. You can't be too slow down at the bottom here. Meanwhile, excuse me, trying to rock up on Fireflux. Fireflux needs to stay alive. They want to be challenging for the top spots, but they're getting absolutely brutalized here by excuse me.
Beck doing a great job of having that off angle right below that hill and just punishing the heck out of Fireflux. Now it's just Lutz up. Meanwhile, you can see Brute Force is looking to try to get some cheeky runovers, and they do.
What is going on? Everybody is fighting everybody. Excuse me, gonna have to run, tuck the tail between their legs. Black White's on the other side of this. He's gonna be under some fire here as Furia, as Brute Force wrestle this spot away.
Prepod did shoot out Furia's tire right there, so
nice.
He was barely able to make it over. You can see it, it's completely busted up. So you can see how he's going to be able to handle it against Lutz. You will see this nade fly. That nade actually looks real good. Doesn't hit. Yeah, Lutz saw that one coming from a mile away, said, I'm out of here.
Still good tracking from Furia to realize exactly where Lutz had gone. Circle about to pop. Where is it going to go? I see you pointing at somewhere.
I am pointing right at Regnum Karya. Come on. I want to see the exact same thing happen yesterday. And Regnum Karya do end up in this next zone, so they don't have to move for now. But the zone after that is not looking too pretty. Meanwhile, which you can see, it's a battle at Potato Hill. Brute Force just using like sharks in the water with those buggies, looking to run over anybody. Did they catch Furia out? I think they did, and he is taken out.
Unfortunate, very unfortunate here. Brute Force. They're looking for this. They're on the hunt, man. As you said, like sharks, swarming on their prey at the moment, and that's what it's all about. The trophy here for these teams to try and challenge for. For Nexus, it's out of reach. But maybe Mad Bulls is not out of reach, as Doran was able to knock Zerich.
Well, I'll tell you what, it is in the reach right now of Enigma Galaxy, Regnum Karya. It could be in the reach of Fireflux.
Yes.
If Fireflux was to have a good game here, but they did lose 3 players early on. Let's see what they can do in the rest of the matches, though, as we get a nice pull up. Mad Bulls, Nexus Gaming, the DB. Yes, it's CQC just too strong. Oh, nice little gun swap there onto Flick.
Completely, instantly realized exactly where he was, but that's a great spray from Flykey here to try and get that done. And Nexus, I mean, for all intents and purposes, Mad Bulls really needed to hold strong on this side of Potato Hill, and they really haven't. They are losing people slowly, but maybe they can get them back up.
Frozen going to confirm these flushes? No, instead turning around to smoke his teammates out. Very interesting play.
Seconds matter, right?
Yes.
So you've got to make that decision very, very quickly, and I guess he's prioritizing just the longevity of the fight as opposed to the instant points.
Take it to the bank here. He does get that 1 res. And oh, look at this. Road to Glory shutting down GK Esports as they go out in 12th place. Still quite a few teams remaining, 11 total. 1 minute on the clock. Zone is starting to close. Mad Bulls now starting to make that push on the Nexus.
It's not a big circle to house this many players here, Hot
No.
Jukes. So I don't know how these teams, especially on that east side, are going to scramble for a circle once it pushes, but we'll have another crunch down like we had in the south before.
There's a lot of hills, a lot of defilades, a lot of cover that you could still be had, though. So you could. That's why we see so many teams still alive. but this next circle is going to make things hectic. Let's see how Mad Bulls opts to play this one. They did get a nice reset there.
Yeah.
So they have their entire squad up with 3 eliminations. Brute Force right now top of the board with 6 to their name. And we can see them controlling Potato Hill.
I think Mad Bull's campaign now is, yes, that exactly. You sweep Potato Hill, you try and clear out all opposition, and then you play from the north downwards here as them. However, Brute Force, I think, might also have the same game plan in mind.
That seems to be the play right now. You want to be able to control all that high ground. Don't even have to worry about your backs and just look straight down and shoot anything that moves. But for the meantime, they're going to have to share Potato Hill as neighbors. Meanwhile, oops, did get knocked, does get picked back up. Next circle, where does it go? Does it go up to Potato Hill or down into the south? You know Regnum Karya is praying it does go down to them, because if it doesn't, they're going to have a bad time in the zone.
I mean, they've got the circle magnet, so surely, inevitably, maybe...
One time.
It does still include Wild.
They're still in there.
They're still in
there. Wild still making it happen. Nexus Gaming does go out. 10 teams still remaining. Fireflux does have just Lutz up remaining for their squad. Vision all the way at the bottom. Coops does get knocked by Lathe. Enigma Galaxy now have to focus all their attention here on the south side.
Board charging up. What's going to hit? And Lathe has already moved away from that. Maybe it bounces nicely, but it's not to be the case. Another one's going to be coming down.
Uh-oh, Freak getting knocked here. Regnum Karya could decide to sweep down here and take out Enigma Galaxy as Lord tries to reset. Loxy just throwing the nades like crazy, trying to take out Freak.
He was looking great yesterday, was Loxy. He was definitely the MVP for Regnum Karya, as they're going to move down against this.
Got him.
That against Freak is a big pickup for them, especially because these two teams are going to have to move alongside one another if they want to find themselves a decent spot in this circle next.
I'm surprised to see Regnum Karya even looking upwards right now. I mean, there's still so many players here right below them. The zone is going to start crunching on them as we start see it starting to constrict. This is the thin side of the circle, so it's going to close a little bit slower than on the west side. A lot of smoke's coming out right here. That's going to eliminate their sightlines on players coming on in.
This fight was brewing for a little while now. Control of the north. How are you going to deal with this? Already, nades are cooked on up. 8 smokes on Flyky, and he has an MG3 as well. So if Brute Force does breach the hillside a little bit too aggressively, he could mow them down in an instant.
Oh, speaking of mow down, Lord, almost with the run over. Regnum Karya focusing upwards a little bit too much, but they do get a nice knock onto Lord. Let's see, Loxy doing a great job of defending this pretty much on his own.
Yeah, Nigma has taken this fight, and they have been left wanting. This is not easy for them to deal with whatsoever. I mean, they had to be the first team to really make the move, considering the circle and how it was going to play out. But so far, so good for Regnum Karya. They've greeted this in with both hands.
Yes, Loxy just holding down that shack, and meanwhile, you see them doing a 2-2 split. 2 players in that Wizard Tower, other 2 on the other side of the shack. Coops getting caught by Mad Bulls. Flyky all the way up north, making it happen, and that is going to be Enigma Galaxy eliminated.
That, if Regnum Karya is able to convert on a big game here, that might end up being the nail in the coffin. We will see as time goes on. There's still a lot of games to play here throughout the day, but Regnum Karya has got to be licking their lips with the opportunity to put them even more distance against second place.
100%. 4 eliminations so far. The entire team is still up. They're going to have to sweep that ridge line and try to get up to that north side, at least depending on where this next circle is going to go. Now, it is a battle still in the north.
I mean, regardless of where the circle goes, I think they might just have complete favor. They don't know it exactly, but in terms of where the solos are, where the big battle is in the north, Regnum Karya might just walk into another victory here.
It's totally possible. Let's see how it's going to work out, though, because the battle of the north has begun. Brute Force getting a nice knock. That's Neo's. Frozen trying to go for that run over. Does pop out. It's some CQC action, and Frozen does take out Neo's. Let's see the play here as it comes out. Oh, a beautiful shutdown. It's a back and forth. It is a 2v2 battle.
MG3 actually trying to do a lot of damage here against it, and he will be able to. Flyky here being able to make it sing as he's going to try and find the remaining members of Brute Force. But all these casualties. Look, Regnum Karya on the move here, trying to take the initiative, trying to take out the most important location.
Beautifully done. The perfect third party. The timing is impeccable, and Wild has an MG3 in his hand. This look is looking poised to be an easy chicken dinner. You can see the smokes coming out in absolute recklessness. Let's see what Tron's going to do here. All they got to do is just throw some utility onto them, but they seem to be kind of giving Mad Bulls a break here.
They've allowed them to recover here. This was not what I was expecting, but what they're just going to do is they're going to hold this side. They're going to try and slowly, once again, suffocate a team here out of it, because technically, Brute Force is not done just yet. There is still a solo in there, but Mad Bulls has very limited room to work with here.
I think Regnum Karya decided to just prioritize position, right? Mad Bulls, even though they have the north right now, they are outside of this next circle. So Regnum Karya just wanted to force them out and then make Mad Bulls work against them with the blue zone. Let's see what YDG can do. He's the last remaining member. Oh, got frozen! Trying to confirm the point, not able to do so. Mad Bulls taking out Brute Force.
Does Regnum carry a push on that knock, though? As they obviously heard that battle going down. Maybe they will try and completely wrestle the high ground off of them and take this fight. Because if Mad Bulls isn't able to regroup, here come the shots.
Here come the shots as Ezel does take out one member of the Mad Bulls. Meanwhile, we're going to go for a res right now. They have all the position, the angles in the world. Mad Bulls have to hit some shots if they want to take out Regnum Karya. Oh, this could be a good nade.
Nades coming in. They're so grouped up, so punished here with the position. It's going to be difficult for Frozen to do something. Tries to go for the nade, tries to go for the peek on over here, but the push up is not bad. Oh, he is able to return it here as Frozen, but the knock comes in. Mad Bulls under all sorts of pressure.
Wild's going to try to get it done here with the SAMG3 and the CQC, and they do eliminate the Mad Bulls. Regnum Karya, you can see Wild just leaning, saying, oh, that's how you do it, baby.
And Black White here at this point, he's not even going to try and push on it. He boogies up and is trying to move forwards. But look, Regnum Karya has made some great moves in this game. I love that they went north. It was the perfect timing, the perfect play.
That is how you do it right there. When you don't have the best position, go for that third party, take advantage of all that action, and they did it to perfection. This is why we see them at the top of the table right now. When they do get those favorable zones, even if it's not directly on them, their timing is impeccable.
I wouldn't be surprised if they just blow up this buggy from that high ground. For Black White, great stuff. You've got yourself a second place.
Great
That's
job.
awesome. 4 elims on the board as well. Here, they'll just kind of move from plateau to plateau, look around the circle, realize there's a buggy down there, and probably blow it up.
Well, I'll tell you what right now. I'm going to ask you a question. When it comes to Regnum Karya versus Nigma Galaxy, is this game the nail in the coffin for them?
It may be. It may be. The thing is that Nigma Galaxy, they have shown excellent consistency throughout this tournament. There is the potential that they could have a day 2 again, right? Compared to what we're seeing. And then maybe Regnum Karya, maybe they don't have a decent spot, but that's it. Regnum Karya with yet another win on the board here at PMRC. Hot Jukes, these guys are on fire.
Oh my goodness. Their bellies are so full of chicken. It is ridiculous.
How can they eat more? How can they eat more?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, they've already had it for breakfast, for lunch, and for dinner. Actually, this is the last day, so this is dessert, baby, at this point. They are looking too good.
They're saying, but what about second breakfast?
But what about second breakfast?
We throw him over a chicken dinner?
Yep.
They just keep doing it.
Oh my gosh, look at that. Just feeling good at this point. I love to see when you see a team just have such a dominant performance. When they just win, it's just like, you know.
Yeah.
Business as usual.
They know right now that they are dunking on this lobby, and who is going to stop them? That's the big question